Imagine standing on a dusty road almost 2,500 years ago. A huge cloud of dust rises in the east. It's the sound of a million marching feet. This is the Persian Empire, the biggest superpower the world has ever seen. They are coming. Standing in their way is a small collection of city-states. Among them is a group of men unlike any other. They are the Spartans. They don't have much land. They don't have much money. But they are the toughest soldiers on the planet. This isn't just a story about a war. It's about two completely different ways of life colliding in a fight for survival. The Persians were a massive, sprawling empire. They ruled from modern-day Turkey all the way to India. Their king was the king of kings. So why did this all kick off? The trouble started on the edge of the Persian Empire, in a region called Ionia, a map of Greek cities in what is now Western Turkey. These cities were under Persian rule. They still had Greek blood and Greek ideas. They valued their independence. Around 499 BCE, they got tired of paying taxes to a foreign king and rose up in revolt. They asked their cousins in mainland Greece for help. Athens sent ships and soldiers. That was a direct challenge to Darius the Great. You have to understand the Persian mindset. The King of Kings saw himself as ruler of the known world. This rebellion looked like an insult and a crack in his power. He crushed the Ionian revolt, but he remembered who aided the rebels. At banquets, a servant whispered, "Master, remember the Athenians." It wasn't just revenge. It was about securing the western border and making sure no one would ever dare challenge Persian authority again. When these two powers finally went to war, their armies couldn't have been more different. The heart of the Spartan army was the hoplite. This was a heavy infantryman armed with a long spear, a short sword, a large, round shield called a hoplon. They wore bronze helmets, bronze breastplates, bronze greaves. But their real weapon was the phalanx. This was a tight formation of soldiers, shields locked together, with a forest of spears pointing forward. It was like a human tank, almost unstoppable from the front. The key was discipline. Every man had to hold his ground for the man next to him. The Persian army was a completely different beast. It was a massive, multicultural force drawn from all corners of the empire. Persian archers, Media cavalry, Egyptian infantry. Their core strength was numbers and flexibility. The elite were the immortals, 10,000 heavy infantry kept at full strength. But the primary Persian tactic was ranged combat, fired from powerful composite bows. Section 4. Crucibles of Conflict, Marathon and Thermopylae Marathon. The Athenian hoplites were outnumbered, but Miltiades had a brilliant plan. He weakened the center and strengthened the wings. The Persians' best troops pushed through the weak center. Then the strong Greek wings wheeled inward, surrounding them, and struck from the sides and rear. It was a disaster for the Persians and a stunning victory for Athens. Marathon proved the hoplite phalanx could beat a larger force. It showed superior training, superior armor, and superior tactics could overcome sheer numbers. It proved the Persian Empire was not invincible. This set the stage for the larger invasion 10 years later, leading to Thermopylae. Xerxes returned with a colossal army and a massive navy to overwhelm Greece. Many wanted to surrender, but Athens and Sparta led a coalition to fight for freedom. Geography was the weapon, a narrow coastal pass called Thermopylae. Leonidas led 300 Spartans, gathering allies to hold the hot gates. For 3 days, the Greek phalanx held against waves of Persians, even the immortals. But it couldn't last forever. A secret mountain path outflanked them. Leonidas dismissed most allies to save them for future battles. He and 300 Spartans, with 700 Thespians, chose to remain. They would fight to the last man. It was their duty. Their sacrifice bought time and sparked courage across Greece. The Persians broke through and burned Athens to the ground. But in the Straits of Salamis, Greek seamanship shattered the Persian navy. Without his fleet, Xerxes could not supply his army and retreated. A year later at Plataea, a Greek army led by Spartans ended the invasion. Greece entered a golden age. Philosophy, art, and democracy thrived. Freedom versus tyranny became a defining theme in Western thought. What can we take away from this ancient conflict today? The Persians had the strength of numbers, of wealth, of empire. The Greeks had the strength of will, unity, and purpose. Smart tactics and courage can defy overwhelming power. Massive power can be brittle. The few can change history.